Everybody writes, but not everybody writes something worth reading. If you're authoring a book, you're writing to persuade. You want people to not only be convinced to buy your book, a challenge in and of itself, but you want to persuade readers to take action after they've read your book. Issuing a persuasive call to action inside your book is how you create return on investment. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to use the secrets of hypnotic writing to author an emotionally compelling book that converts first-time readers into high-ticket clients. I'm Joshua Lisec, the world's only award-winning, celebrity-recommended, #1 international best-selling certified professional ghostwriter. I've ghostwritten over 45 books for everyone from billionaires and TV stars to breakout entrepreneurs and coaches to everyday people with a cool story that went viral. Also, I'm the only ghostwriter on the planet to use writing analytics software to capture and recreate an author's authentic writing style so nobody can tell they worked with a ghostwriter. You're going to learn 4.5 incredible secrets from hypnosis that you can use today to write an impactful book. These also work for speeches. I ghostwrite TEDx talks for clients, sometimes based on their books, and we use these secrets to pull audiences to the edge of their seats and inspire change in their lives. Before we get to the writing tips that use these hypnotic phrases, you deserve to know what hypnosis actually is. There's a lot of misinformation out there about hypnosis and hypnotherapy, but very simply, it's reprogramming the subconscious mind. Neuroscience reveals that 90% of all thinking happens in the subconscious. That means you're not aware of why you do most of what you do. So when someone wants to quit smoking or lose weight, a hypnotherapist helps a client go into their subconscious very gently, find out how their thinking around that subject is fruitless, and change those beliefs into useful ones. The client leaves the session with a brand new brain. Imagine that. Imagine being able to reprogram your reader's subconscious as they read your book or hear you speak. Imagine how much easier it's going to be when you sit down and write. You're there in front of your computer, taking your ideas and typing them out, using these hypnotic techniques, and feel so good about working on your book. All because you know your writing is going to bypass any and all conscious objections, beliefs, and mental blocks and go deep into your reader's mind so you can help them help themselves. And if that means they go right from your book to buying your course, hiring you to speak, or booking your services, everyone wins. That's what my author Andy Stickle did. I sprinkled hypnotic writing throughout his best-selling book to motivate readers to go from reading his book to buying his masterclass. And he's made over $1 million from his book without having to sell 1 million copies. Here's Andy.
Hey, my name's Andy Stickle, and I recently hired Josh to help me write a book to target my target audience, which is lawyers who are trying to get more clients for their law firms. And I expect to break 7 figures this year just on book sales alone through my entire funnel. And it wouldn't have been possible if it wasn't for Josh, because honestly, the thing never would have actually been created because I was just way too overwhelmed before I actually even thought about writing a book that I never would have even started writing a book.
If you'd like to learn how to make money writing books, book a free manuscript strategy session with me. Just click the link in the comments below, and in 60 minutes, you'll have a step-by-step plan for turning your ideas into income. On to the hook the reader hypnosis writing techniques and examples you can use to become the next Andy Stickle. Tip #1 to use hypnotic writing and persuade readers. Use the affirmative. I want to write a book. Where do I start? How about with the words you should avoid? Did you know that the subconscious mind is unable to process words like not or don't? So if I tell you, don't use boring words in your writing, your subconscious hears, use boring words in your writing. That's why I've carefully chosen which words I've used in this video. I said, use the affirmative when I could have said, don't use a negative. Do I want your subconscious mind hearing you should use the negative? When you write your book, choose the positive affirmative alternative to phrases that use not and don't, and you will hypnotize readers and influence their behavior without them even knowing it. #2, use hypnotic writing to persuade readers. Be visual. 90% of information processed inside the brain is visual. One of the biggest mistakes I see aspiring authors make in their first drafts is being too theoretical, abstract, complex. If I can't see in my mind's eye what you're talking about, I'm unable to share in the mental ownership of your idea, make it my own, and then apply it to my life. To write a book about yourself, your business, or your ideas, describe people, places, and events, and even complicated ideas in visual ways so people can vividly imagine what you're talking about. Notice how I did that earlier in this video. I told you to imagine sitting yourself right there at your computer, using my techniques, feeling great, and writing a damn good book. And now you want to go do just that. If you're thinking, I need help writing a book, subscribe to this channel for tips on writing a book for the first time, and click the bell to get notified when a new author tools training goes live. Tip number 3, to use hypnotic writing to persuade readers. Tell readers what they're feeling. What did I just do? I told you how these powerfully persuasive writing tips make you feel and what they're motivating you to go and do. It's amazing, isn't it? Because I was right. Now you want to go and perform this magic trick on your readers. When you tell people how they're going to feel about what you'll say next, and then they feel it, you amaze them. You build trust and authority, and you inspire them to stick with you and actually finish your book. Dilbert comic creator, New York Times bestselling author of Loser Think, and trained hypnotist Scott Adams points out that you must get your predictions right or you'll lose people. If you're not sure how people will respond to your ideas, send your favorite 2 or 3 clients a quick email or direct message. Run the topic of your next chapter past them and get some feedback. I promise you'll feel relieved you did. Tip number 4 to use hypnotic writing to persuade readers: go step by step with no step skipped. The reason hypnosis works is that the hypnotherapist follows a very simple step-by-step routine to walk you into a highly receptive state past your conscious mental barriers. During a hypnosis session, you feel calm, relaxed, chill, kind of zoned out. I speak from experience. I've been hypnotized 3 times, and I can tell you how amazing it feels to, in the words of celebrity hypnotist Grace Smith, close your eyes and get free. Authors and speakers like you can repurpose this strategy to create lasting transformation right inside your book. When you plan your table of contents, make sure each chapter of your book is designed to take readers on a journey from where they're stuck to where they're succeeding. For example, if you want to write a book on online marketing or maybe write a self-help book, there might be a lot of myths you need to address before you can teach your unique approach. Otherwise, you're doing readers a disservice. Of course, you want to make sure people can follow the steps you've laid out for them, which is where that 4.5 tip comes from. The publishing industry standard for writing a nonfiction book is to write at the 5th grade reading level. The question is, can a 10-year-old understand what you've written, apply it in real life, and expect to get the result you promise? Most aspiring writers working on their first draft end up cramming way too much info into a single point, so it's hard to make heads or tails of what you're actually supposed to do. It's like that motivational quote people say, follow your passion and the money will come. Okay, great. How? What's step 1? Step 2? How much money should I expect? If you leave more questions in your reader's head with every passing paragraph, you're doing it wrong. Whether you're writing a book for the first time or planning to speak at upcoming TEDx events, you can use these 4.5 hypnotic writing tips to make your message 100 times more persuasive. And you'll watch as readers become raving fans, skeptics become evangelists, and book buyers become high-ticket clients. And if you'd like to get my professional feedback on how persuasive your first draft is at no cost, all you have to do is book a free strategy session with me where in 60 minutes, we'll create a massive breakthrough for your message so you know exactly how your book needs to be reshaped for maximum hypnotic impact, and so you can write and speak to your heart's content, knowing that what you're releasing in the world will make it a better place. Click the link in the description below to book your free session.